Have you ever had to explain to a non-technical person why email is the most important internet account they have? Of course, everyone here in this group of wonderful cybersecurity professionals already knows that email is the most important account they have. Not banking, not Amazon, not Facebook, but email. But have you ever had to explain it to someone outside of a professional corporate setting? Well, I have hundreds of times. And when I do, I ask them a question. When you set up an online banking account or Amazon or anything else, what do they want to know from you? Why, they want to know your email address. So if anything goes wrong or needs fixing, they can send you an email that allows you to fix the situation, whether it's changing a lost password or whatever. That's why email is the most important online account you have. That's why it needs a strong password. You know what they say to me? Huh, wow, I never thought about it that way. Nobody ever told me that. We have a very serious situation here. It's as if most people driving cars today don't know the steering wheel is one of the most important parts of the car. The majority of people using the internet don't know how to be safe on the internet. That's the sad truth of it. They just don't know what the heck they're doing out there. They're trying to do the best they can, clicking around willy-nilly, trying to figure stuff out, clicking on who the heck knows what they're clicking on. They don't really know how any of this works. They don't know what a browser is. They don't know what a network is. They sure don't know what the internet is. They don't even really know what happens when you click a mouse. You know why that is? It's not because they're stupid or they're too old to get it or anything like that. I work for a lot of very educated people, brainiacs, high-end PhDs, and they're falling for phishing scams and victimized by identity theft the same as people who barely made it out of high school. It's because nobody's ever taught them how to be safe on the internet. Nobody. Internet safety training and education for the general public is virtually non-existent. What should be just another part of general life education, just like how to read and write, simply isn't there. You know, most people can follow instructions if they just know what the instructions are. But nobody's ever told the general population at large what the instructions for the internet are. I was asked to speak at a local business association meeting where there were about 40 or 50 prominent business leaders present, CEOs, presidents, doctors, lawyers, and we had a discussion about risk. I explained to them about what we in the cybersecurity world call your risk appetite. Essentially, how much risk are you willing to take on before an epic fail occurs? At the end of the discussion, I asked a question. How many of you here use online banking? Every hand in the room goes up, all of them. Then I asked, how many here have had any internet safety and online security training? The room gets real quiet. Finally, one hand goes up. One. These are people controlling countless millions of dollars in our economy, people doing online banking. These folks are doing online banking, controlling countless millions of dollars in our economy, controlling thousands of jobs, and only one person out of the entire group of big shot business folks had ever had any internet safety training. That's why crime on the internet is such a raging, flaming train wreck of a disaster. It's because, as far as the general population goes, security awareness training is a failure, and the internet bad guys know it. They know most people are clueless. In fact, they're counting on people being clueless. When the bad guys launch a phishing campaign, it's not gambling, it's a sure thing. So what's to be done? The answer is, of course, education and training. But it has to be available to everyone to achieve broad, long-term results. Most all security awareness programs are aimed at either little school kids or corporate government employees. School kids are taught predator avoidance, and corporate enterprise employees are given gotcha email phishing tests. That needs to change. We need to develop a truly internet safety aware culture. We do have some okay programs for kids, some kids anyway, but in truth, it's a small percentage of kids that get any meaningful internet safety training, if they get any at all. It's mostly just say no or call an adult. And yes, we have some good things aimed at corporate and enterprise situations, like the stuff that KnowBe4 does. But what about everyone else? Why is no one reaching out to the people who are being actively exploited today, losing countless dollars to internet criminals, adults, everyday adults, mom and pop computer users, parents, mothers and fathers, the aging population, small and medium-sized business owners and employees? These are the people who are being actively exploited now, losing mountains of money now, today. The answer is us, people like you and me, and the cybersecurity companies represented here. Organizations like mine, the Internet Safety Group, a 501c3 nonprofit, and people like you, cybersecurity companies and professionals. We are uniquely qualified to fulfill the mission of creating an internet safety aware culture, but it's going to take serious, deliberate buy-in from the heads of our organizations. It's going to take a commitment to this most crucial area of social responsibility. We need to think outside the walls of our individual businesses, get outside the borders of our InfoSec enclaves that we've built, and start reaching out to the public at large in order to achieve lasting change.